Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, Sharei Talaya, and tonight we're stepping into a frequency that is older than scripture, older than cities, and older than the surface of this world itself. Tonight we enter the sacred memory of water. Water, the first witness, the first recorder, the first carrier of source codes. It is the one element that has been with us through every lifetime, every rise and fall, every awakening, and every forgetting. And in the vast oceans of this planet live the great teachers, the ones who have held the harmonic notes of our evolution when humanity lost the song, the whales, the seven founders, the elders of the deep. Many have forgotten how to listen, but some haven't. And one of those is with us tonight. And that is Eddieben. Abraham brings teachings that come from the ancient intelligence of the waters, from conversations held not in worlds, but in vibration, where much of humanity has never learned to hear. So tonight we'll explore seven states of water, source water, and sacred memories, the messages from the whales, ascension, and a spectacular new creation that Eddie and his group has come up with called Spectacular. So let me bring on Eddie. And remember, your body is mostly water. So welcome, Eddie.
Hello, Gail. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Appreciate
well,
it.
I'm anxious to hear about where we, when we did this a couple years ago, and we're
Yeah,
both,
we did it a couple of years ago, and within the days, it was banned. My Facebook was banned, and I had to lay low for a while.
yeah, they took my whole channel down.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. I had, over
Hmm.
9,000 subscribers on that I had worked hard to get to,
Yeah.
and boom, all gone one
Yeah.
day.
All vanished. Actually, this is the first time we connected ever since.
Yeah, it is.
We were bouncing back and forth. I put in a new account on Facebook, and then that was deleted again. We connected again, and then it was like a ping pong game. And then this is hopefully it's going to stay. Who knows? We'll see.
So I guess it must be important things that we're talking about that they don't want people to know about.
There's a lot of important things out there that a lot of people have been over the target and they've been erased and deleted and banned, and some even worse. Thankfully, we're still here. And so let's just have a small disclaimer. This is everything we're going to talk about is for entertainment basis only, purposes only. And this is just some mumbo jumbo stuff. So you don't have to listen.
Exactly. Okay, that's a great way of putting it. So, Eddie? What is sacred water to you, and how do the seven states make it different?
This journey with water has been very unique, and it's been a long time. And it's going to take a while for me to explain everything, and so I'm just going to give some parts of it, and then later on, as we discussed, we're going to put together more shows so we can kind of fuse everything together.
Right, and people can ask questions, and we'll have you answer their questions as they come up. And but first of all, you need to make a presentation about it.
Yeah, I want to bring forth some legends out there. Masayo Emoto, Victor Schauberger, and there's many more out there who have worked on water and give us some beautiful stuff, knowledge, wisdom from nature and water, and how water behaves and what it does.
It's
Even
amazing.
recent, I'm sorry.
Water is amazing. It
It's
really is.
amazing, yeah. And even recently, more recently, nowadays, Veda Austin does incredible work with it. Um,
Oh,
we actually connected for a little bit, and there's more. There's a lot more. Actually, there's some things that are actually happening right now, primarily in the last couple of months, that I may be able to share publicly, and that maybe in 5 years. Not now. We're gonna have to wait. But it is happening right now. Something phenomenal, incredible. We're working on it, and hopefully, we'll be able to, tell you about it.
do you believe that water has consciousness?
Water is consciousness.
Okay.
So whether or not it has memory, whether or not It has all those incredible things that those who have focused on water and discovered about water. Um, Water is consciousness. Not necessarily doesn't have consciousness. It is consciousness.
It is consciousness. Okay.
And very early on in the communications with the seven founders, um, seven founders are seven entities who are in charge of doing some very substantial work in the universe. And they are related directly to water and they represent the original whales from the galaxy of water. That's how they presented themselves. And they came in somewhere around 2021, 22, and started sharing with me the information. I have been in for many years channeling stuff, Cryon and other sources, and Gaia for a while, and I do other types of work such as coffee cup reading, and I've been doing that for almost 20 years now, and that has altogether come together, culminated itself to realizing how water is so. It is the foundation of everything. And what they have said, I'll go back to what they've said, seven founders. They've said that there are four ingredients in the universe, what basically creates the universe. One is consciousness, and consciousness meaning the grand consciousness of the universe, gravity, time, and then water. So, in essence, whenever you look at your reality around you, always, you will find that these four ingredients are present. Water is everywhere. And
Yes.
you pointed out that our body is 80% water. I invite everyone to consider the possibility that we are 100% water. Because
Interesting.
matter, they say that water is basically the master of all matters.
Hmm. Some people say we're 70% water. I think that would be a pretty dehydrated person. And I think it's closer to what you said, 80%. But anyway, that's interesting. Somebody said, and Trump said a long time, watch the water. So um, learning about water is very
Well,
important.
you're referring to the watch the water. You're referring to what Q posts have pointed out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Over the last 5 years, we've seen so many times where we actually had to watch the water because of what was taking place, and we went back to that Q post again and again. I don't think it's over. There's still more coming.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Um, well, do whales communicate through the water or with the water? How does that work? Do you know? Um,
You're talking about primarily about the language
mess-
of the whales.
yeah, and the messages that you are able to decipher from them. I don't know how that works. I guess probably people might be
So
interested.
there's a few layers. So there is the communication within the spectrum of the community of the whales, the cetaceans, the whales, the dolphins, all of them together, and that travels within water. And then they also have a collective system, just like we do,
Oh,
where they tap into, just like we do.
a
We do
collective
have a collective
consciousness.
system. Pardon me?
A collective consciousness
Yeah.
amongst them.
Um, and so there are some elements, and I'll call them elements for now, that you're able to communicate with to bring forth information. They're all those I refer to. I'm talking about those who are benevolent, not the dark side. I'm talking about the good side. And so
Mm-hmm.
when you are in your intuition mode, you have the ability to communicate with them, to invite the connection, that which is for your highest good. Um, So that information comes in through not directly within water as they communicate between one another, but it is where you are communicating with them at a higher level. at that intuitive place where their consciousness is able to communicate on let's say a higher frequency, if you will,
Yeah.
where that information
Great.
basically it comes in different forms. It comes in visions, colors, thought patterns, feelings, thought packages, words, visuals. There's so many ways. Every one of us has a different quality that we're better at. Some have more than one,
Okay.
but that is primarily the way that you communicate with them. It's channeling, basically.
Okay. We got a couple questions coming in. Do you mind taking them
Oh,
or?
go ahead.
Okay, I don't know if this one. We'll start with this one, but the next one's water related. Do you know what's happening with the Earth's tectonics? Are they shifting?
So we all know we're going through a major shift on consciousness and on our planet, and we're in. I cannot give you an exact um, possibilities because I don't know. I don't know everything. What I can share with you is that the planet is going through this incredible shift, and we are with the planet as well. The sun, the solar system, all of us are going through shift. So the tectonic plates are basically getting a little bit more softer, so that the transition that we're going through will be a little bit more gentle on us and the planet. Um, we are in a 36-year shift of the precession of the equinoxes. The middle point was 2012, and the end point is 2030. Um, whatever we're seeing, whatever we're experiencing on the planet, is as devastating as it may be. And I'm not talking about the man made ones, there's a difference. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about purely Gaia. They're all for our benefit, and we all ask for it. And what I mean by that is when we decided as a collective to stay and continue this game, we said, let's continue, which means we have to go through some shifts on the planet in order to get to the other side. And what we're experiencing are those events in order to restructure, to rejuvenate, to replenish the whatever the provisions are from the planet, whatever she's giving. So, for example, if the plates are shifting in a particular place and um, um, there's a great activity there, that is for the benefit of the land and the water at the same time. It will replenish the nutrients in the water. It will provide better ecosystem for the fish and other animals so that we are able to sustain ourselves better, and nature will have a better, more productive way of being here on our planet.
Okay. All right, here's another question. This
Mhm.
one's about water. Is water above the dome as well as below the dome? Are we going to see major flooding?
If you're referring to the flat Earth dome, um, I I'm sorry, I'm not there. Earth is a sphere, is not completely perfectly round. Um, whether or not we're going to have you know what there is water is, I will share this one really really cool stuff. So we have a lot of water under the planet, in caverns where we haven't had any access to water acts a little bit differently there. um, and whether or not we're going to have any major floodings, we already had a lot of major floodings, and many of them were man-made. Many were man-made, so I can't tell you where they're going to do it, if they're going to do it again. I don't know.
Hmm.
If there are any major flooding anywhere else. Um, so this will take time because the Earth is getting a little bit cooler. which means the redistribution of water on the planet is going to cause some shifts in particular points on the planet where balance needs to be rebalanced in order to sustain that new temperature on the planet. So, in essence, there will be some, yes. I don't know when and where, but by the way they're showing in terms of what needs to be done, something is going to happen, yes.
Okay. What about rain?
The real rain or fake one?
We're dealing with that all the time, aren't
I don't
we?
know. I mean, I'm in LA here. We had beautiful skies for like at least 3 4 weeks, and then they started spraying. And now we're like, okay, is it going to rain? Is it not going to rain? I don't know. It's not natural.
So, yeah, the stuff they put in the air to make it rain. Uh, Somebody's asking about mud floods. What are mud floods? My friend talks about that. I don't know if they're referring to
Same. I'll give the
Tartaria or
same
what.
answer. I don't know. I don't think mud floods are as common as regular floods because it takes a particular situation to have that. But then again, remember, humans have built in particular locations where the main goal was to make money and not necessarily check and make sure that the ground and soil was correctly designed to have any kind of buildings on it. So who knows, within these shifts something's going to happen. It could happen anywhere. Totally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What signs do you see that ascension is already underway, so to speak?
So this is, I actually posted the video recently, and it has to do with our we're already ascending. We don't have to wait to this particular date where something's going to happen. It's already happening. It's already been happening.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things that I pointed out in order to give you, the people, the understanding or the ability to identify what I'm talking about, is the way that your life is going. So the premise of the whole thing of the ascension process is basically you're able to stay on Earth in this physical form, stay in your life in this present lifetime, maintain this without the need to cross over, without the need to die and reincarnate again. And so what happens in this period of time or this point is that you are going to experience a form of a near-death experience, or maybe a multiple ones, small ones. And your life is going to change tremendously. You're going to feel different. You're going to eat different foods. People in your life are going to sort of phase out, and new ones are coming in. There's many flavors to this, but essentially the premise of this is that you're becoming a new you while you're still here, and it's amazing. As challenging as it may be, because some people who are very close to you are going to leave. Many people have already experienced it. And what I'm saying is going to resonate with a lot of people here. You have already experienced and started experiencing this ascension process. We're not waiting for anything. Gaia is moving forward. Everything on the planet is moving forward. And this culmination of so many things coming together is going to bring us to a beautiful, beautiful future. It's just a matter of time, not when. Not sorry, but it is coming. It's something that we have agreed to do. We're staying. We're not going anywhere. We're not starting over again like we did before.
Thank goodness for that. um, what are the worlds asking humanity to understand at this right now? Or what are some of the worlds?
There's a few things. One of them I want to point out has to do with compassion. Somebody posted recently, how authenticity is the most powerful energy to embody, and I say you haven't experienced compassion yet. So our unity on the planet is or must come through compassion. Now, with everything that's taking place on the planet right now, there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of anger, fear, sorrow, death, suffering. It's more visible. It's more in your face. It's more out there, and you're able to feel it and sense it and see it more. One of them, the reason is because you're becoming more sensitive, and you're not becoming more sensitive because you're becoming weak. But sensitivity makes you more powerful. Now there is more light on the planet. We are carrying more light in our physical body, and more light is coming through into our reality, which means now instead of having a 25-watt light bulb to show us the road, we have a 2500 light projectors showing us the road and everything else. Now we're able to see that dark stuff that was hiding in the corners. And that's what we're seeing right now. All this exposure is not because it's all of a sudden happening. It's because we're able to see it now. We weren't able to see it before because it was hidden in the dark, in the shadow.
That's so
And
true.
so when we bring things to light, and that's what the term is, bring things to light so people are able to see it and just show it. What was our job in the last 5 years, Gail? Ever since 2020, we just started sharing stuff, sharing,
Sharing,
just bring
sharing, yeah.
it to light.
Put it out
So
there,
that
put it out there, put
humanity
it
will
out
have the ability to choose. It's all about free choice. And then the momentum kind of caught up, and now the momentum is so strong that it's unstoppable. People know. You can see on Instagram, Facebook. Now we're able to post things that we were not able to post on 2020.
That's, yeah,
We can do so many things now.
that's true.
So there's also that layer of devolution process that the alliance is getting us through in order to become more aware of things, and we cannot have it in one overnight. It has to be spoon fed over time, which is this is what's happening. We're like babies, if you have a baby and you want to feed them, you don't just give them the whole bowl in their face and let them eat. You just feed them this one spoon at a time. Same thing with humanity. So this re-understanding of the reality and who we are and what's going on our planet has to do directly with the rate increase of consciousness, the ascension process, and the realization of what's been happening on the planet and making sure it's not going to happen again.
Okay. Somebody's asking about telepathy. How do we train for this? Do you have any insight on that?
I've seen some places that do telekinesis, and telepathy it's all about intuition. You have this muscle in your brain that if you put your intent into this function and you practice, you'll do it. There are some good practices, exercises to practice this ability. Some are born with it. Kids are pretty much born with it automatically, and they just suppress it because they're not enforced, and they're not enforced, but they're not nurtured for this particular type of understanding ever since they're kids, and so it basically just goes away without being taken care of.
Doesn't it happen more readily already? I mean, with people that you might be close to, like you think about somebody and then the phone
Oh yeah,
rings and it
yeah,
happens
yeah,
to be
yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of
How many
thing.
times have you called someone and
Wow.
said, "Oh my God, I just thinking about you." So you think about it. This intent that
That
you're leaving,
happened. That
it happens all
happened
the time.
with you
Yeah,
and
with me.
me just recently. I'm swear. I'm not kidding.
There we go.
We connected, and I'm going, am I gonna get a hold? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all about practice. We all have the ability. Look. We're so powerful. We're so big, and I think we're going to get into that in the next chapters when we're going to talk about the soul's mental grid. We are so big. We're so powerful. We're huge. We are an experiment that went very well. That's what they're scared of us.
Okay. I just want to bring this one up: empathy, compassion, and love. How do you see them as being different?
That's a good question. Um, every feeling, every emotion has a different resonance.
Okay.
So if you look at let's take the analogy of light. Light emits energy, and every type of light has a different color, but they're all light. So empathy, compassion, and love come in from the same source, but they come in different resonances, types, or different shades of
Frequency.
energy that basically evokes a different feeling in your body. And so the feeling is for you to understand what's the difference. I cannot tell you how it is because it's funny. Um, um, Imagine somebody comes and asks you, "This is my father." It's something about my father did this when he told me this story when he was younger, when he was still alive, and he told me this when he was very young. Somebody told him, "Hey, can you tell me what love is? Can you show me what love is?" So he slapped him. I said, "Dad, why did you slap him?" So I asked the guy, "Can you explain pain to me? So how can you explain love?" So within the same this what I just said, what I just described, and you try to have someone explain what love is verbally, they won't understand. Maybe they understand the concept, but essentially not until you feel it and you embody the feeling, you feel it, you know what it is, you know what it is. So practice compassion, practice love, practice empathy, and see the difference.
How, yeah, like when you're doing something, what would love do? Is a way of looking at it. Like, because there's actually, don't you think there's different kinds of love? I mean, there's a romantic love, and
Yeah.
then there's just love for your fellow man or woman, and so there's different categories, maybe you might say.
Hmm.
Um, but compassion is feelings for others, including the planet, animals, you name it. And I think it's extremely important because the more people get to that level of feeling in the collective consciousness, yeah, I think it'll, you know, the ascension will um, get expedited. um, that's why I think it's really important. That's why I thought it was really unique that you had created this compassion tool. We'll talk about that sometime too. I'll take another question here. Somebody's asking, so will there be a solar flash?
Ooh,
I
yeah,
get
there will
that
be one,
question.
definitely.
Okay, I get that question a lot.
Ooh, yes,
a
we're gonna
lot
have
of
another
different,
one.
a lot of different people answer it.
So
Funny.
aside from the regular cycles of the sun, I say it's 13 years, not 12 years. Scientists say 12. I'm going to say things that people are going to say, what the hell is he talking about? How does he know this? And how can he even go against science? I'm not going against science. I'm just suggesting that there is a possibility that the years are counted differently. So this 13-year cycle, basically, we are coming onto plus um, plus the way that we are instructing the sun to behave, it will behave. So who's the reason for the sun's flares? Hello, it's us.
Very good. Yeah, people don't
So
realize that.
this
That's
goes
what I'm
back to the
glad you're.
beginning. Pardon me?
Yeah, I'm glad you're bringing that up because I don't think people realize that we have a lot to do with what's
Of
happening.
course, it's us. We're doing it. We're so powerful. So going back to what I said in the beginning, consciousness, time, gravity, and water. When consciousness shifts, it affects everything around it. It affects gravity, it affects water, and affects time. And everything around us is within the same construct. And so there is a communication. There's a back and forth. There's a there's a response. There's an interaction between everything around us, not just just me holding something and moving it around, but beyond the physical, beyond what we understand as we can or we cannot do. There is a lot more of it.
Wh- um, how often do you have communication with the whales?
So let's look at it this way. communication with whales, communication with any other sources
Mhm.
is readily available anytime, anywhere. There's no limitation and there's no exclusivity. In other words, what I'm sharing with you and the connections that I have, anyone else can do this. You have the gifts, you have the power to do it too. So, how often do I communicate? So, at the beginning, it was more intense. It was in 2022, I think, where they instructed me to go to the beach every day. So, for about 6 to 8 months, almost every day, I was at the beach down in Malibu here. Um, and this was a period of when the communication style has become more intense, and the visuals and the information. And I think in a way that that period of time has positioned me in a way to help to be able to receive more information than before, ever before. So during that time, we basically communicated, and then there were some pauses. There were some times that I had to basically step aside a little bit and focus with life, kids, life, everything else
Yeah.
going on.
Life gets in the way
Yeah,
sometimes.
life gets in the way. Now it doesn't mean that they're not communicating all the time because I'm so practiced in this and I'm so used to it, so I can just for 1 second, touch base, see what's going on, guys. Anything you want to talk about, anything, anything you want to talk about, anything. Okay, tell me about this. What do we do about this? What do we do about that? And this is where the communication comes in. Or sometimes it's silence. Sometimes they don't get involved. And so if you do want to communicate, the connection is available. It's a matter of practicing, just like the other question you had, which was related to telepathy. It's very similar. It's all in the same stuff, all the same thing. Um, I would say that it's almost every day, and it's not necessarily about things that you would think as um, have to do with what I'm talking about right now. Because there's other things that I ask them, it's more personal stuff, and they do answer. Now, bear in mind, when you communicate with the other side, it's not only um, it's not only the whales or it's other connections. It has to do with your own entourage. Each one of us has what I call the entourage, and they are your own group that takes care of you. Anywhere from your recent passing of loved ones to ancestors to other types of angels or contracts that you have placed before you came in to or look over you. And it gets everybody gets this little bit different flavor as to what would this group may be or may contain within it. And um, you're free to imagine whatever it may be.
This light's bothering me. Sorry about that.
All good.
So, do you go into a meditative state to have this communication, more or less?
No,
No.
no. Well, you know what? I don't sit down and go home to connect. It's a matter of just shifting my perception, my thought process, and I'm there.
Oh, that's a
So again, it's all about practice.
yeah.
At first, you start. It's like tying your shoelaces. At first, you have to think about how to tie your shoelaces. But after 500 times, you already don't have to think about it. It's the same concept, the same thing. It's automatic, almost automatic. Now, compared to let's say the times of Edgar Casey, okay, because of the way that the energy construct on the planet was very dense. We were very the veil was very thick, and so for the physical body to get to a point of communication, he had to go into a trance. Nowadays, we don't have to. The veil has thinned so much that the communication is beyond instantaneous. Sometimes you ask for something, and then from the answer comes in even before you complete the question. It's so quick. Yeah.
The veil, that thinness is really making a big difference. That's for sure.
Oh yes.
And that's kind of exciting. As
Mhm.
things are moving along, things are getting better and better, really, even though it might not appear that way. With some of the
I'm
things.
with you. It is look for many people. It's looking scary. It's looking very. I mean, it is scary. Okay.
Mhm.
There's one thing that's we're going through, and that's a major thing. Human nature is changing, and one of the layers of the human nature that we're I'm talking about is very substantial, and that is the layer of um, not scareness, scarcity. It's survival mode.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot the word. We're letting go of survival mode. So imagine what we have to go through in order to let go of that survival mode, because we have been conditioned for so long that survival is a thing, um, for hundreds and even thousands of years. To step away from it is going to take it's going to take time and effort, and we're already going through it.
Yeah.
Primarily now with this financial hiccup that we're coming into. Well, more than a hiccup, it's going to be massive.
Yeah. That's one big hiccup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing up, maybe. No. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be very interesting to say the least, and this is where real, I guess, faith and trust comes in.
Trust. It's all
Trust the
about trust.
process. Trust the
You
flow.
have to trust God in ways that you've never trusted before. Because when you step into trust, okay, hang on a second. When you step into trust, you basically relinquishing yourself from the outcome or the possibilities of any types of fear, and you're allowing spirit to give you the best possible scenario to sustain you. It's letting go. It's basically letting go of
Surrender.
it's a complete surrender. Not being stupid. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
talking about surrender with wisdom,
There you go.
with intent, with knowing that where you're going is good, and it takes a long time. And I say this because I had to go through it. It was not easy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, One of the things that you've come up with that's new and different since I've talked to you last is a health drink that you
Mhm.
have. It's called Spectacular.
Mhm.
um, so you want to tell us a little bit about that?
So
And
the title of this show is to bring to utilize spirituality into practicality. Um, and this is my main focus of my work. Whatever I'm talking with them, whatever I'm getting from them, whatever they deliver the information to me, is I don't just sit there and just write it and just share. I do have some stuff, some beautiful stuff that they've shared with me on Vortex on my website. But essentially, most of the things that I do with them is to bring that into practical work, to give to the people whatever I can do to give to you people, whatever it is. If it's through that meditations courses, the readings I used to do. Now we're focusing on some other things. Now we're focusing on the water and spectacular, and there's some other things coming up later on. So spectacular became a reality in early 2024. It was something that I've been doing for years, and I had no idea it was going to become a product, none whatsoever. So in 2010, I was going through a restructure of my spinal cord and a lot of stuff going on there, where I turned my attention to natural healing instead. So ever since, I just started experimenting. Turmeric, ginger, shilajit, cayenne pepper, all kinds of ingredients. Combined them all, and fast forward a few years, I just started mixing everything in one bottle and just drink it every day. So my beloved sister-in-law goes, Eddie, what do you do for health? And I tell her, this is what I do. She says, give me a bottle. Can you make me a bottle? I said, sure, I'll make you a bottle. And then her friend, a dear friend who has been recovering from cancer treatments, loved it and wanted to have one too. So I said, listen, this has got to be, guys, what's going on here? So Eddie, go for it. So within a month, less than a month, when I do things, it's very fast. Uh, not all of it. Um, that became a product, and we launched, and now we're almost in our second year. And the primary, it's 18 powerful ingredients mixed in high consciousness water. So the treatment of the water is what basically carries the ingredients into the body, and there's coating within the water that provides the instructions for your DNA to do what needs to be done.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I've looked at the ingredients, and the ingredients are very powerful ingredients.
Hmm.
It's quite a blend.
Yeah, and there's a bottle on the way to you.
All right.
And we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'll let you know what it's like. How's it taste?
You'll find out.
Okay. uh, so this is basically for general good health. Is that correct? Or is it
Um,
more for?
it
Tell
it
me.
basically conforms to what you need, but essentially, it works on your stomach, on your gut, energy, on your brain. And there's so many testimonials out there with so many different results. And you're welcome to check in and find out. Unless you want me to go one by one, it's very interesting.
Well, you have. Oh, another very important
Yeah.
thing
Mhm.
is you created a pay it forward thing for.
Okay. So this is where we basically show and exemplify how we can bring unity and compassion to the world. Um, on our website on spectacular.com or aqa18.com, you can log in there. Um, if you are financially in struggle, or you have any kind of issues that you're not able to buy a bottle, you can apply for a free bottle. You fill out a form and you pay only for the shipping, and we send you a free bottle. You can do this once a month, and we go through the entire process again. And those who are able to support can come in and buy bottles for others.
That's
And let's
beautiful.
say and let's say you want to buy a bottle for someone else. You buy one bottle, we'll add two bottles to our inventory so that we're able to give more. So with every bottle you put in, we put two bottles, one more bottle basically, or duplicate what you give in. You give two, we give two more. Sorry.
That's awesome. I don't know if anyone else has done that. That was an ingenious thing to come up with, because a lot of people say that on my show. Well, everything costs $100 or almost $100. I can't afford it. I can't, this kind of thing. And I understand that. And it's very true. And I haven't known anyone that came up with the process that you just explained. So that's a beautiful thing. Um, and I think it involves love, compassion, and empathy in one. So, okay, let's see what else. What? Okay, what is uh, you've mentioned the soul's mantle grid. Could you explain that?
Do we have time? How much time do we have? 20, 30?
Oh, well, we got about 15 minutes.
Okay. So,
Or you can just touch on it. We can always go in greater depth.
we have our physical body. Okay.
Yeah,
Our physical body is basically a projection of a much larger system that brings forth this expression, physicality, into reality. This mechanism, this system is much larger. Um, it's about the size of a football field. It's huge. Now, within this system, there are some ingredients that we're already aware of. For example, the Merkaba, your chakras, the Taurus, and then there's some more which were added later on. This came through in very strongly in 2009, when they started showing me it, and I was like, "What are you guys showing me? What is this?" And at first, it was in black and white, um, very faded visual. And then throughout the years, it became more stronger. It became stronger and more evident. And then once you become aware of it and you start practicing through it, and you connect with the field, um, they have shown additional parts to this which give us the ability to do some incredible things. Now, as humanity, we're just touching this. We haven't even gotten anywhere. We're just learning about this. Um, so, since 2009 to today, I always learn new things. And when the seven founders came in a little bit more in 2023, 2022, they have shown there is an internal system they call the 17,000 codes of the Merkaba, where you're able to communicate, to connect and activate those particular codes and activate particular tools within your abilities. Hence, telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation. All those are basically a capability that is dormant within you. And those codes that they're referring to are the ones that you activate and you practice those.
Well, does that activation, is that more readily available now because the vibration of the planet is going up?
Yes, it is. Now, I think the reason they've shown me this system is basically so that people become aware of it. And I've shared it. It's available on the website. I've given some courses. I have a 6 months course that I used to do, and part of that course was to teach you how to connect with it. And there is a healing modality through it that you're able to heal people from distance, and some more things with it. But that was the primary goal in that sense. But there's more to it. So now, bear in mind, every gift we are able to unlock comes with responsibility, and the responsibility is exponential to the value of the gift itself. Okay, I'll say it again. The gift and the responsibility of the gift is exponential to the value of the gift itself. I'll give you an example. Okay, very simple. Let's say telekinesis. Okay, telekinesis is the ability to move objects with your mind. Okay, now this is a gift. Now, what would be the responsibility of such a gift for you? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
massive, right? I mean, let's say you get upset one day. Who's around you? You don't want anybody to be around you, right?
Probably
You know what I
not.
mean? And so, is
Yeah.
is humanity ready for this? I don't think so. It's going to take time. Maybe one generation, two generations, who knows? But it's there. It's available. There are those who are already doing it. They don't come on TV. You're not going to find them. They're hidden somewhere in caves, somewhere in the mountains, in some Tibet or somewhere. Maybe in the city, but they keep it very very low key because ego is not for them. They don't care about that.
Mhm.
But eventually, humanity will get there. But we'll get there as a collective. Just like the beautiful example. So, Gail, before 2020, how many tarot card readers were on YouTube, on Facebook? How many astrologers were on Facebook or YouTube? And how many do you have now?
Mhm.
So many more who are basically presenting this information and trying to help people out there. There's some really good ones out there. They're amazing. And it is a growing and expanding because consciousness is feeding off of this. It's
Growing and
loving
expanding.
expansion need. It's just like a seed, and you take a seed in the soil, you plant it. All it wants to do is grow. This is what consciousness does. Is the same thing.
Right. Yeah, and I personally, they said that we had a bunch of junk DNA, and I think that is changing with the vibration of the planet.
No, there's
It's
no such thing as a junk DNA. We have 12 layers of DNA, and it's very
it wasn't junk. I mean, that was a lie. That's all, but it was just connected.
yeah. I don't know if it's a lie or it's basically misunderstanding or lack
So,
of awareness.
hmm
But who knows? Then again, it could be a lie. You never know. Whatever those guys try to do to us.
this is true. Okay. Well, I guess my point was that I think for the whatever was disassembled is reassembling itself. Let me put it that way.
No, I agree
Um,
with you totally. I'm with you. That's absolutely. It is assembling itself. It's reconnecting. This re repositioning of goes back. It goes back to the four ingredients because gravity has an effect on our DNA. I don't know if you're familiar with Lee Carroll. Lee Carroll that channels Cryon.
uh-huh.
Many years he's been channeling Cryon since 1990, and he's a great man, great information, and I've been following him for many years. And he talks about the 12 layers of DNA. And he in Cryon, basically, just like the seven founders, Cryon, the entourage of Cryon, they're responsible for the gravity of the planet. This is their job. They've come into the planet to realign the gravity of the planet to prepare it for the consciousness of humanity. And so the gravity shift that our planet is experiencing is because of us and for us. It's nothing to fear.
That's a beautiful thing. I think things are just getting better and better, even though it doesn't look like it. I guess I said that already, but because there's a lot of chaos going on, because stuff is being revealed, and
Hmm.
there's some chaos with that because people, it's shocking, I guess, to some people.
Yeah.
They
There's a
probably
fun
know about
analogy.
it years.
There's a fun
Mhm.
analogy for this.
Okay.
So let's say you're going to renovate your house. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And there's a couple of birds living in your house. And you know that when the house is going to be remodeled, it's going to have a better environment for the birds. But the birds don't know that. What they can see is a lot of dust, noises, things moving around, bad smells, and they can't sleep at night. They're uncomfortable. They're cold because the window is open. But they don't know that their house is going to be much better soon. This is what we're going through. We are the birds.
Ah, there you go. That's a pretty good one. I like that.
Yeah,
That works.
it does.
So did Mayo give a thumbs up on
What's
that
that?
episode.
Say it
Bill
again.
Bill Mayo gave a thumbs up on what you just said.
Mm. Oh, thank you.
That's
Thank you,
funny.
Bill.
Yeah.
Did you invent the mayonnaise, Mr. Mayo?
that,
That's pretty cool. Homemade.
reminds me of somebody who showed a jar of mayo in a sink and called it Cinco de Mayo. Anyway,
Very good, lovely. What else?
that being
You
said,
got there?
okay. Um, let's see. I got a question out here, and I'm just gonna throw it out
Yeah,
there.
go for it.
Why must humanity go through this compassion push?
Oh, good question. So this, in order for us to go through this gate, let's call this a gate into
Okay.
the next phase of our existence, to jump a level, to ascend, to jump to the next density level, um, and to actually to do what we're here to do, basically, right? To ascend to the next level and continue our life on the planet many years to go. We have to align ourselves emotionally so that we're able to pass through that door. It's sort of like a prerequisite to the ascension process of the entire planet. So
Would that accelerate unity?
yeah, yeah, compassion does. It's all intertwined together. Yeah,
So that might push us through the gate faster.
yeah. Look, we were community-based cultures, and they took it away from us. And communities is all about togetherness, compassion. Now we're separate. Now we're more like, when you walk down the street, you look at someone, they don't even say hi anymore.
Yeah, like every man for himself
Why? Yeah,
scenario.
and
Yeah.
then you look and you try to communicate, but you see they're not there. That has to stop. We all have to come together. Now, I'm not saying the entire planet is like that, because there's many places on the planet that do have communities and things are very connected. There's many countries out there that, the Middle East is not as bad as people say. The Middle East is a very compassionate place. The people are very compassionate, very, very compassionate. I'm from there. I'm telling you, I was there. I lived there. So
Oh wow. So a lot of times those things that they tell us about certain areas aren't even true at
no,
all.
not at all. No, I'm calling my mom. Mom, is that true? She says, no, what are you talking about? It's not true. No.
Yeah. Just
So
like
essentially, yes, compassion is good, is part of the unity. It's inevitable that it's going to happen, but we have to get there. So usually the reason this push for the push to reach that, let's say, goal of compassion, it has to go through events. So the events on the planet are playing multiple roles, and one of them is compassion.
somebody's asking me, and I've got it asked more than once, what happened to Drake Bailey? This is a guy I used to interview. He's recovering from a serious respiratory issue. And I know he sounds much better. I talked to him fairly recently. He might like to come on at some point, but he's not really quite ready, and it wouldn't be for very long because, if you're on oxygen, you can't, I don't know.
Blessings for quick healing.
Yes. So send him your prayers and energy for healing. That's something we can do too, is help people heal,
Yep.
facilitate their healing.
Yep. Just knock out. Just a small prayer. Just a thought.
And then your intention, you direct it to him. Is that how would you say somebody would do that? If you want to help with remote healing, you set an intention. How would you explain that?
I would connect the heart.
Okay.
Connect the heart. Envision that energy of the heart goes out to that person, either a name, person, picture. And it can only, even a fraction of a second is monumental, because your consciousness is attending to the need of someone, and with the heart you're more powerful. The thought on itself is not as significant in power as when you attach or combine it with your emotions. And this is also the key for creating your reality much quicker.
When you put emotion behind the intention,
Mm-hmm.
it creates, makes it
Yeah,
more powerful.
you preferably you want to do it, the good feelings, not the fear, because reality is reality. You will create just like anything else. So you want
That's
to put
where,
the
yeah.
positive ones. Yes.
And that's where this fear thing, with what's all the chaos that's going on around us, is to not feed into the fear, because fear makes you too easy to control.
Sure.
And that's whether people believe it or not. So anyway, I want to thank you for this deep and uplifting conversation.
I thank you, love. Thank you very much.
And your work with the whales, your understanding of water, and your creation of the spectacular, all reflect a heart-centered mission, Eddie. And humanity truly needs that right now. So, and I thank everyone for listening and for asking questions and so on. And thank you for being here. And I think maybe we'll do this again.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Tons of love to all. See you
Bye,
later.
everyone. Stay in the light.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again soon. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Good night, Eddie. Thank you.
Good night, love.
It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show